Alright, right now, I'm sickened. Welcome to Riot City, first of all. Second of all, you better listen to 3 Count Podcast. Oh, by the way, Showtime, Jeremy Grimes.
Welcome everybody to the greatest podcast that you know, that I know, that we all know, known as the 3 Count Podcast, now entering the ring. I am your host, Clifford Red Dog Miller, and of course, you know, the actual host, Chaz, the icon, is currently, he's at work. That's what he does. He does his thing. So, let's go down the current roster. Introducing first, he is the man who is the 27-time Bear Wrestling Champion. He's also defeated Corona 30,000 times, and that's no exaggeration. He is the man without a plan, but the man who defeats all plans. His name is Chris Idol.
Always happy to be here. What's up, Cliff?
Hey. And coming in next, you know him. He's also the master of taking naps. He only watches wrestling on YouTube. He loves himself some woke culture. He loves himself some cultaholic. He loves himself some wrestle talk. Give it up for the man. His name is JJ.
First off, I want to say I'd like to thank the sidewalks for keeping me off the street. Some dangerous times out here. Have a revolutionary war going on outside, so make sure y'all locked and loaded. Chicky bang, murder everything. That's all for me.
Hey.
And of course, as Chaz likes to say, this is now entering the ring. So we always have a special guest, and our special guest today, he is the co-founder of C3W. He is the man, the myth, the legend, Richie Fingaz.
What up, man? What is up? Support Wrestle Talk. I'm sorry, that's my show too. I watched that too.
I think we all have a favorite, like personal Wrestle Talk. I'll be honest, mine's El Fagador, so I dig. So
I'll be replying to you out of nowhere. That's how you know I watched that shit.
I loved his last one where he was like, he's like, and I'll be replying out of you from out of quarantine.
Right. Yeah.
All right, but that's enough about that podcast because we're focused on our podcast. So the way it's gonna work, Richie, is that we're gonna have all three of us have 4 questions for you.
All right.
And then we have what we like to call the 10 count questions, where it's just your first thought, whatever comes to your mind, you get to shout it out. So, and that's how it works.
All right, let's rock.
So let's get this started. It's gonna be me, then it's gonna be the Idol Master, then it's gonna be the Napster Master, in that order. So let's get started. Let me ask, what made you want to create C3W?
I mean, that's actually a good question. I mean, kind of all. I guess growing up, I always kind of wanted, like to kind of be involved in wrestling. Just I knew, cause I was an athlete growing up, but I knew I wasn't sure if I wanted to kind of actually be one because coming from DC, you don't really see indies or like, a dude around the corner that's a wrestling trainer. You know what I'm saying? And as the older you got, you just kind of learn you had to go either way out Maryland somewhere or way out Pennsylvania, something like that. So, initially, just kind of, brainstorming years ago, I was like, it'd be dope, like the dude around the corner from your house also train wrestling. So I always wanted to kind of make a pipeline, to get guys going, within the indies and, going to the majors, if not becoming a major ourselves. So, that's kind of like that, like Casino and I's mindsets, like we have this underdog mentality, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we want to jump and stuff, like we always try to like and saying we're the underdogs, like some people will think like you're crazy to think you'll ever become a major wrestling league, and I probably am, but hey, fuck it, why not? Try it might happen. So and that's why then we're here now. So you know what I'm saying.
Yo, I love that response.
Outside of being a diehard fan too, though, you know what I'm saying. I've been watching wrestling since I was born. Like the first program I ever saw, my father used to go back and forth to Kansas City, and the first program I saw was Harley Race and Bobo Brazil. But then, like, it also exposed the business to me early because he had to go back and forth because he was getting his masters out there. And I remember him saying like the church that he was attending, they went to church with him. Like they were there, like the night before they had a bloody match, and then they church together praising God. And I thought that was just so like what? But but it was intriguing for real though. Cause I was like, damn, that's kind of cool though. So I've just been locked in ever since. You know what I'm saying? So I've probably seen every era of wrestling. So it's crazy.
I'll be honest, man. I love that answer because the why not answer. I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast actually with Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart said that he was just like, I wanted to walk up to Jeff. He's like, I was gonna walk up to Jeff Bezos, and my friend was like, nah, and he's like, well, why not? And that's what I did. I went and met Jeff Bezos. So I was like, I definitely, I think about that all the time. I'm like, man, why not? Just go for it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could have C3W in any one location for one event, where's that place gonna be?
All right, so I'm gonna be honest with you. If it wasn't for this quarantine right now, for this COVID, the way we was about to rock, we was gonna make our anniversary show at the MGM. You understand what I'm saying? But now that we're in quarantine, you probably can't have a lot of people at these shows, and most of the stuff we're gonna be doing is outside. I would say either Audi Field or Texas Stadium.
Okay. I'll be honest, I kind of want to see a show in Aloha Stadium, but I'm partial to Hawaii. And
well, we can go to Hawaii. What you want to do in Japan?
Yo, Tokyo Dome, let's go.
Hey, man, let's sell it out. Come on.
So, you've hosted a whole heap of events for C3W. I just want to know, like, it's going to be the challenging question. What's been your favorite match to watch at C3W?
Gosh. I don't know, because the thing is, every match to me is kind of like dear, you know what I'm saying? Like, I I feel like this. I watch our shows like I watch regular wrestling, you know what I'm saying? So, like, if the matches, I wouldn't say we've had any drop dead bad matches, but best match, I would probably have to say, energy wise, probably Grim and Slade for the title.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That was energy wise, it was crazy because the whole building yelling C3 Dub, you know what I'm saying? And and a lot of times, like for me, and I probably got to do better at this. Like when I'm in work mode, I never get a chance to take any of that in. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, okay, good, everybody having a good time. Bet. I'm just trying to make sure because you see how we rock. We do everything. We the cameramen. I don't know if you heard the intro, like that's me playing the keys, making the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a beat maker, by the way. So anybody ain't rappers out there, I got you covered. Like I said, I'm a musician. So like just me and Casey just mixing in all our talents because we've both been successful, within music. You know what I'm saying, on different levels. So we just basically just knowing how to make videos and just coming out with odd ideas and we just just put it all in, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But that's random. So I never get a chance to, sit back and, take it all. So then to actually see it on video in the crowd, Grim and Slade going in and they on the ground, and next thing you know, you start hearing C3, I was like, oh, shit, it's like an NXT joint. All right, that's a bet. You know what I'm saying? So, we're just trying to keep building, just keep on building, you know what I mean? I saw when ECW started. Matter of fact, I remember when they weren't even chanting the name of leagues. You know what I'm saying? So when ECW came out like that, then all of a sudden everybody else started doing that. So for my brand to have people chanting, shoot, you like, damn, that's dope. So. Yeah.
So for my final question, I love being a part of C3W. I'm putting it out there. Man. But I want to know, man, what makes C3W different from any other promotion?
So here's the thing. So the way we approach wrestling from a sports-based mentality, but knowing that it's entertainment. So some people look at sports entertainment where you have more of the theatrics first, and then these guys kind of tapping on each other. Well, for us, we still want guys to run, hit, jump. Show your athleticism, you know what I'm saying? People believe that fight a little better, you know what I mean? and then tell a story at the same time. You know what I mean? Like if you see like our last show, you know, they had a little talk in the ring. They were going at it. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think a lot of wrestlers really want to work that type of style, but it seems like right now in the indies, if you ask me, that's the wrestling fan talking. In the indies right now, most of the indies are more theatrical based. You know what I'm saying? Like, jokers are putting more emphasis on, like a soap opera in the ring. I come out, hey, when I was here last week, blah, 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 blah. Then the other person comes out, hey, you know what? I have problems with you too. Boom. And another person comes out, yeah, we need to figure this out. Well, and I mean, after a while, the fans are sitting there like, yo, this wreck. You know what I'm saying? Like you got time for all that. So like, and then like, see, what a lot of people don't understand about the DMV area. Like, WWF used to come here once a month ever since 1972, all the way to '89. You know what I'm saying? Then kind of, and back then, even though like WWF back then, they were sports based, but they made everything look bigger than life. So that's where their entertainment piece came in. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to remember, we were also in between the NWA territory, so we got a chance to see a lot of Mid Atlantic. Same thing. Those dudes were heavily sports based. And then, growing up, being able to see like on Channel 50, they used to show Mid South or UWF. They used to show World Class. You know what I'm saying? And they used to show the AWA like every day of the week. And all of those leagues, even though they might have had a little theatrics, man, them dudes went like the Midnight Rocker, Shawn Michaels and them at the ground. You know what I'm saying? They running through the ring, boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Like Stan Hansen. Like Stan Hansen was more like a big linebacker type. You know what I'm saying? But like he had moves though. You know what I mean? So everybody, like each wrestler had their own unique. It's just like when you watch football. You know what I'm saying? Not every running back runs the same. Not every quarterback throws the same. See, now in the indies, a lot of wrestlers wrestle the same. You know what I'm saying? Like you try to have these, these cruiserweights and everybody doing the same moves, boom. But if you know with C3W, even without cruiserweights, everybody different. You know what I'm saying? So like, so we just try to approach it from a sport-based perspective, still being sports entertained. Like we try to make most of our I don't want to give too much, but like as we want y'all to entertain us via your promos. You know what I'm saying? Like, just come out like just like you were like, man, who this? Him? All right, got you. Boom. So now instantly as a fan, I'm like, you know what? He must be a hitman. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like now you're telling the story. Now I can follow you. You know what I mean? So now when you get to the ring, you ain't gotta do all that. Like you can just go boom. You know what I'm saying? Because we already seen your video. We know you're a hitman. If that makes any sense.
Okay. So my first question for you is,
right.
What's the hardest part about running C3W?
I mean, I wouldn't even say it's hard because like I said, like again, like by trade, let's say I'm a musician, I'm a videographer, I'm a video editor. So like most of this is stuff that you love doing. So it's kind of like to most people, editing a wrestling match to them is probably the most tedious thing to do because you're trying to take two videos and combine them into one. I can do that. Me and Casey do that in our sleep. You know what I'm saying? So like that's fun. I mean. You got people out here that kind of, a lot of folks try to throw dirt on us, but I mean, I'm used to that. I'm from the streets of DC, so I mean, you used to dudes around the corner ready to try to beef with you, so that stuff doesn't bother me. I mean, more than anything, in my mind, if we could have the same budget that all the major companies have, I don't think none of it would be hard at all. I mean, what makes it easy too is like I got good people around me. You know what I'm saying? And when you're trying to be like when you're trying to run a company, you always want people around you that are smarter than you. You know what I'm saying? So like me, like having Nick, like don't get me wrong, I know wrestling, but like Nick actually does it. So, I need to pay attention to him. You know what I'm saying? When he says, nah, that's not gonna work. Oh. And then I have to see why. He does it. He's gonna break it down to me. Okay, you're right. No, I don't have no ego. I'm not gonna be like, nah, it gotta be my way. Nah. Like I say, Casey, he's smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm not saying I'm dumb. You know what I'm saying though. Like I'm always learning. You know what I'm saying? So that makes it fun. I think when I'm not learning anymore, that's when it might become hard, and I probably just quit.
Oh,
But I feel like you always can learn every day. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you learn something every day. I learn something new about wrestling every single freaking day.
yeah. And what's your favorite part about being in the wrestling industry?
I mean, so wrestling is the only thing in the world where you can do anything. So like I say, talking about like I say, I'm a musician, so basically I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like I produce artists. You know, so I understand. You know, like when I tell rappers when they get in the booth, like dog. You know what I'm saying? Like if you like take as you rapping, take that thing and magnify that. And like turn yourself up by 10, and then be that. Now you're a character within your flow. So when you're looking at wrestling. Wrestling the same thing, you know what I mean? Like wrestling, like you have to most of the time the character is that person multiplied by 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, also being able to, mix music within it, actually be a character myself, you know what I mean? Like, then you got videography, you got photography, you got commentary, you basically have everything within entertainment. And I mean, and I'm including sports with that. Everything in entertainment within one thing. So like, why not try? Why not? You know what I mean?
Right, right. Okay. And when it's all said and done, let's say 30, 40, 50 years from now, what do you want C3W's legacy to be?
I want it to still be going. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I mean, thing is like I study this thing, man. Like I've watched like I said, just growing up, I've seen all the companies, like the major companies. I've seen how they came and went. Like I said, I was a huge NWA fan. You know what I'm saying? So like the Crockett's, they had the game on smash for a while. You know, at the same time, I always kept my eyes on Vince McMahon because, like I said, WWF was always kind of like when you go back, like you have your Hulk Hogan and your Junkyard Dogs, like he put them dudes on a pedestal where, like, if you're a kid, like I'm not gonna lie, my first match I ever saw was Hulk Hogan versus Kamala, and like I was 11 years old, 1986 at Capitol Center. And I mean, like when Hulk Hogan, I mean, say what you want to about him, man. I know he got all this stuff. A lot of people don't like him anymore, but back then, when that dude came out, I mean, his character was at a billion. He's talking about 11 years old, man. I almost lost my mind. I was like, oh yeah, he doing the little shake and stuff, and you know what I'm saying, and just the whole, the whole spiel, the whole. I mean, I saw that live as an 11-year-old, man. So like, I mean, so like just watching how all these different brands move, like even now when you see how like some of the indies, like with the House of Glories and the Fives out west, and what's the league out there, and PCW Ultra, all the leagues overseas. You see how like I just kind of study like what they put their more focus in, and see WWE is always putting more of their focus on TV. That's why they've been around forever. You know what I'm saying? So like then like my favorite league forever was like early Ring of Honor. They didn't focus on TV, they focused more on sports. You know what I'm saying? That's why the wrestling was dope, but they was never on TV. it's just, like, so I'm just like just studying all that. You feel me? I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to just whichever way it bounces. You know what I'm saying? Because like it's wrestling. Like you can never. It's like who would have predicted that the Montreal Screwdriver would have developed Vince McMahon as the biggest character in WWF history. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a commentator. You know what I'm saying? So and they were losing the war against WCW. Y'all young, y'all probably remember none of that. But like,
Oh,
no.
Like, I remember all of that.
so you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, you go from like, and they were tanking, and then all of a sudden, boom, I'm Mr. McMahon. He decides to, pull the curtain back a tad and take what you heard about that and multiply by 50. Like, you know what I'm saying? They probably didn't even see that coming. You know what I mean? So, like, only thing I live by a motto where we always try to keep our shoes tied. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you go to sleep with your shoes off, and something changes, you got to find your shoes in order to put your shoes back on to go maneuver. Like with me and Case, we sleep our shoes on. Soon as something shifts, we ready to rock with it. So whichever way it goes, I hope it's gonna be good. That's all I can ask for. Pray that's gonna be good.
Okay. And my last question for you. In a perfect world with an unlimited budget and you can book any match on a C3W show that you'd like, what would it be?
I'm scared to say that right now, only because of all this speak out stuff. So if I say a couple of wrestlers, they might try to lynch me. Oh, you will get him. You're, you know. so
Well,
let's just say if
Just
that
say
wasn't,
perfect world.
if none of that was going on right now, if none of that stuff was going on right now, I think that's available out here like right now, any brand. Let me see. I wouldn't mind. See, I don't know, because I want to see Drew. I wouldn't mind seeing Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre in our ring. You know what I'm saying? Like when they can really just get it in. Like I want to see that. Who's out here? I love to see Moose and I wouldn't mind seeing somebody like Moose go up against. I'm looking at them right now. I can't. Maybe Moose and Rusev. I mean, you see this show crazy already, right? Let me see. I'm gonna get two more matches. A tag team. Let me get a tag team. See, I don't know. See, I like as a fan, I wish LAX would have went to NXT. I feel like that would have been a whole lot better. But I would like to see LAX and I wouldn't mind seeing the LAX and Kyle O'Reilly and the other Bobby Fish. And let me see. So I might get a main event. So you got any budget now, right?
Yep. And unlimited.
I would pull out. I don't know, because it got to be kind of like some outlandish shit. Maybe John Cena out of retirement or something. You know what I'm saying? Go up against really go up against Bray Wyatt. You know what I'm saying? Like without the cinema, or let us do our cinema shit. Like I don't know if you saw how we did what the Savage match where we kind of played with the tricks of the camera. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting them on our way though. You see what I'm saying? You know, I wouldn't mind saying that Bray Wyatt, John Cena. And I wouldn't. Matter of fact, no, screw the cinema. I'd rather not see it. I wouldn't mind that being a cage match.
Okay.
Oh, one more. Let me get one more, because I'm a deathmatch fan. I'm gonna need to see maybe Thomas Draven and Jimmy Havoc.
Okay.
I don't know. Is that a weak show? Let me know, because I can always change it up.
Oh no, that's pretty solid. I'd come out to see those matches.
I bet. Yeah, like I mean, I get so many. See, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. See, WWE cheated when AEW was formed, because they grabbed all the best talent. Like they super cheated. Like they just went ahead and said, "All right, bet we're gonna get all y'all." So, I mean, I think like there's a lot of guys in that NXT. I'll say this last match. And I'm done. My man, Shane Strickland and Chris Bay. When I gotta shave their head.
Okay.
There it is. Yeah, I'm a fan. See, y'all ain't know all that stuff. I know this shit. Those are good questions, though. I like that.
Alrighty. I guess it's my turn.
Let's get it.
What would you consider your biggest regret while being a promoter?
I don't regret too much.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff's supposed to happen the way it's supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because you learn from everything. If I regret something, I mean I ain't learned from it. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that I've gone through. I mean, like I said, like coming into the wrestling industry, nobody knew me. You know what I'm saying? I just came out the cut. They didn't know what I was. I could have been a trust fund baby all the way down to a dope dealer. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, brand new, crazy ideas. You know what I mean? You know, I've met people along the way, and I mean, like I try not to, I try not to burn bridges. You know what I'm saying? I will say, like, jumping into it, a lot of people try to sway us to kind of present our product a certain way. And personally, I always found that unfair because you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, at least see what I'm coming with. You know what I mean? Like at least see my ideas, what I'm thinking about, and then tell me. And there's a meeting of the minds. And like when I first walked into the game, I respectfully approached every single promotion around me, every last one of them. You know what I'm saying? Work with a few of them. Things didn't work out. I'm not the type of person where I'll just, like we're a business. Like I'm not gonna just like slice you off like a business man type. I do things in right. You know what I'm saying? We send out emails. Hey, this is why this didn't work. But we also leave the door open to maybe we can renegotiate something. Like, hey, well, it didn't work like this because this happened, but wish all the best. But like instead, one thing I don't like how people jump on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm a 45-year-old man. So like that social media stuff is cool, but like if I got a true problem with somebody or a group of people or whatever, I'd rather y'all just call me. Let's sit down and talk. You know what I'm saying? Instead of don't like try to put me in a trick bag and then turn around and be like, I just did this and he said that. Okay, all right, now you tweet my name. Cool, all right. But I'm calling you at the same time while you tweeting my name. See, now I want some G shit. Feel me? And if you ain't gonna answer that, like where I come from, that's some bitch shit. So, answer the fucking phone, answer the fucking email, period. Like, or whatever. Like, that's how I rock. That's what real businesses do. Like, if y'all got a real job, if y'all leave y'all job, y'all gotta get them 2 weeks notice. You know what I'm saying? Or like, if they fire you, they fire you and tell you why. A lot of when I see a lot of wrestling doesn't operate like that, but I'm always operate like that. It's a business at the end of the day. So, no, I don't regret nothing. We wouldn't be where we at if we had regrets. You feel me? So.
Yeah, 100%. So my next question for you would be, what was the worst bump you've ever seen at C3W?
I don't know, because I know Nick took one that was pretty bad. Like that ladder match. Whatever that was a ladder match. They put up that match with him and Robbie had. My God. But I think that one, yeah, because the fans of our show were so concerned. Like, I play at the church on Sundays, and so some of the people from my church were actually there. And I mean, like they put his name up, to pray for the guy last night because they really thought that, like they thought he was like dead or dying, you know what I'm saying? So basically Nick did his job, so that's what's up. And see that, and we try to bring the believability in wrestling. Like when I was a kid, when Hulk Hogan got his ribs broke by King Kong Bundy, man, I was like so sad for like the whole week because I was like, damn, he can never wrestle. No, like I believed the shit, so yeah. But it was a bad bump though, because all I remember is the whole crowd going, oh, like you know what I'm saying. So, I knew it had to be pretty bad.
So my next question for you would be, in 5 years, where do you see C3W?
I see WWE, AEW, C3W.
Make it big. I like that.
See, the thing is, what a lot of people don't understand. Like, see, what we're doing is organic, and it's organic, and it's powered by God, actually. And one of the things that we have over most other promotions, here's the thing. So, look at the math. Once upon a time, wrestling had 10 million fans. Well, I say 8. It went from 8 down to like now. If you're looking at Raw, like 1.7, right? It's not that those 6 million people don't, like wrestling anymore. They don't like what they're seeing. You know what I'm saying? But see, also at the same time, they like major wrestling companies miss out on the urban crowd. You know what I'm saying? And see, like with many cases, we can walk in any hood in America. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of times, pro wrestling forgets about that part of society. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, they always say wrestling is 80% men. But then if you come to our shows, our shows are like 60% women and the rest kids. So, you know what I'm saying? So like at some point, that's once we grab all them, those other percentage, I call them the mark fans, they'll catch on eventually. At some point, that's when you're seeing like a WWE situation now. You know what I'm saying? You grabbing fans that people forgot about. So, yeah. I mean, I think that fan base is probably big enough to compete against WWE. So, we just got to play our ducks right. You know what I'm saying? Just keep praying.
All right, and my final question for you would be, what's the best advice you could give to up-and-coming promoters?
I mean, study the game, but like whatever you have in your head already, like don't deviate from it. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta study the game. The thing with wrestling right now is different. You have different niche crowds in wrestling, so you kind of gotta sit back and ask yourself, what crowd do I want to be a part of? You know what I'm saying? Like if you just, there's a death match crowd, but like a death match in reality, as much as I like death matches, they're not gonna pull like 30,000 people at nobody's stadium, because 30,000 people in one town ain't gonna watch a death match. You know what I'm saying? Just everybody's not into seeing these dudes falling through light tubes and all that type of stuff. So I say, like, I'm pretty sure like Tony Khan didn't jump in his joint just to be like, oh yeah, I just wanted to just pack out a 500-seat spot and call it a day. Like, nah. We want to be able to pack out shows for life, and like, I mean, like I said, WWE the blueprint. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I mean, like, so if somebody's coming up, just like I said, just study which niche you want to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? And whatever that niche is exploit it, go after it. I mean, it's a lot of you got a lot of like in reality, you got a lot of movements in wrestling. I mean, you got the LGBTQ movement, you got the deathmatch movement, you got the you got some people that look at wrestling as a theatrics movement. You got they even got like, I saw a league update called Pizza Party Wrestling. They like use the pizza to be a foreign object. Like, I mean, it's just different niches out here. You gotta figure out which one you want to be. And like my thing is, I want everybody. I just don't want to be caught in one niche. You know what I'm saying? So that's why our show, have a little bit of everything on it. You know what I'm saying? And a little bit of every kind of body, from black, white, LGBTQ, girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? As long as you can work, we don't give a flying fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and I'm pretty sure Vince McMahon would tell you the same thing. He don't give Vince, all Vince is dollar signs. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, even I know they say he gives black wrestlers the blues, but if you want to look at the reality, I mean, which black wrestler in WWE in the past 10 years has been extreme money? There ain't been many of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about money. Like when he, like I'll be honest, when the first time you saw John Cena, you was like, oh shit, that dude, damn, you ain't know what he was gonna do, but he just looked like money. Like R-Truth looks like money, and he's found his niche. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. I mean, Titus is trying to be money. Like, not Titus. What's my man? What's my man now? The U.S. champ. Oh shit, I can't think of him right now. But Apollo Crews. I mean, I like Apollo Crews, but he not money for real. Like, he don't have a personality. You know what I'm saying? He just kind of comes out, hey y'all, I'm ready to fight. Like, bruh, like, come on, man. Like, are you a superhero? You know what I'm saying? Are you be something that I can believe? Okay, yeah, that's my man. Yeah, let's go. Like, ain't been many of them. So, you know what I'm saying? But so I'm trying to get to a point where I can spot money. So.
Hey, so you're probably wondering what happened to the 10 count questions. Well, in Maryland, when we did this interview, we had a big power outage, and so the interview kind of got messed up. With that being said, though, We do want to reach out and thank Richie Fingaz again for being on the show, because it was just amazing to have the co-founder of C3W. We do plan on having Casino on as well, so you guys can ask your questions. We just want to thank you guys again for being there. And if you guys haven't yet, go on Twitter, go on Instagram, C3W Live. Go check out all their stuff. They have amazing work. And yeah, so don't forget, go ahead and follow us on all of our social media platforms. It's at 3CountPod, at 3count_pod if you're going on Twitter. Find our YouTube channel, listen to us, give us a like, go on prowrestlingtees.com, /the 3Count Podcast, and buy some of our merch. So, with that being said, I'm Clifford Red Dog Miller. That was Richie Fingaz. We also had Chris Idol, and we also had the Napster on. And you guys, be there or be somewhere else.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is JJ, 1/4 of the 3Count Podcast. Make sure that you follow us on all the social medias. Make sure you subscribe on all podcasting platforms. And make sure you share with all of your friends. JJ out.